Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain an action, sci-fi movie called Jurassic World Dominion, so, get comfortable to know the journey. 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine, once and for all, whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on a planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures. This movie tells the story of 4 years after the Jurassic movie Fallen Kingdom. In the previous movie we saw how dinosaurs started living with humans. And when all these animals start living in humans, then there will be a little problem for humans. We see, the Mosasaurus is seen pulling a fishing boat down after grabbing its cage of fish with its jaws. Many people have died from Dino-related incidents, and while many think the prehistoric animals should be all killed off, others have found a way in the black market to illegally sell and distribute captured all of prehistoric animals. The government wants to stop these illegal activities. The US government then established a research center called BioSyn Genetics. This company led by Louis Dodgson, where their main goal will be to expropriate the dinosaurs, so that humans can control these violent animals. The dinosaurs will be further studied for pharmaceutical purposes, promising to be placed in a sanctuary in Italy's Dolomite Mountains. News coverage also mentions that Maisie Lockwood disappeared after her true nature as a clone was made public. We see here Claire Dearing Zia Rodriguez, Franklin, who basically rescues these animals from various illegal breeding sites. They then took a van and managed to escape with these animals through the eyes of the security guard. Then Franklin and Zia then tell Claire Dearing that he will not do these things again, because there has been so much dinosaurs in the earth that it is not possible for them to recover them in such a way that they will stop doing this. Then they leave. In the next scene, we see Owen Grady, who is saving some dinosaurs. After he's done, he goes back to the cabin that he shares with Claire and Maisie, as he and Claire are now her adoptive parents. Although Maisie likes to stray from home and witness the dinosaurs on land, Claire and Owen try to keep her hidden for fear that someone is after her. But Maisie doesn't like this. Sure enough, mercenaries led by Rain Delacourt are spying on them in the woods, Maisie being their target. Not far from the cabin, Blue the raptor has asexually reproduced a child named Beta. Dinosaur teaches his child how to hunt. In Texas, 2 children are chased by an enormous swarm of locusts. And these locusts are destroying all the crops of cultivation. However, these locusts look like they have been created in a lab. This is brought to the attention of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler Laura Dern. She investigates the farm where the locusts attacked. Ellie is told by the children's mother that the neighboring crops, which were untouched by the locusts, are planted by BioSyn. Here she learns that locusts are destroying all crops except the crops of BioSyn Genetics. Elle understands that these locusts may have been created by BioSyn companies. Ellie then goes and meets her old friend Dr. Alan Grant, who is working with other aspiring paleontologists. Here we understand that Alan likes Ellie, but has never dared to say it out loud. She brings a captured locust to him and explains the situation, fearing that if they spread, they may wreck the food chain. Alan and Ellie figure that BioSyn must have made them so that their crops are all that remains. Ellie wants to get DNA from another locust at the BioSyn sanctuary and asks for Alan's help. She was already invited by their old friend, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Despite showing some hesitance, Alan ultimately agrees to join. Malcolm then gave them access to BioSyn companies, so that they could present the black chapter of BioSyn to everyone. After we see, Blue and Beta come upon Owen, Claire, and Maisie. They are all surprised to see Blue has become a mother. The mercenaries soon make their move and capture Beta. Maisie rides her bike across the bridge and is also taken by the villains. Here we know she has also become curious about Charlotte Lockwood, whom she was cloned from. Then Blue is very angry when he does not see his child. Here Owen promises Blue that he will return Beta to him anyway. Owen tries to stop them, but they somehow escape. When they find out that someone has kidnapped their daughter, then Claire says she knows who can help them. They go to Farklin, who now works in the CIA, for help. He helps them get info on Delacourt and points them to Owen's former co-worker at Jurassic World, Barry Sembine, who can help take them to wherever the mercenaries are taking Maisie and Beta. Alan and Ellie arrive at the sanctuary and meet Ramsey Cole, BioSyn's head of communications. He introduces them to Dodgson, who promises they are working on something revolutionary and groundbreaking. Alan and Ellie are escorted to find Ian giving a lecture. Afterwards, he joins them and discreetly tells Ellie that the locusts are indeed part of a sinister scheme by BioSyn. Meanwhile, Dodgson meets with Dr. Henry Wu, who has since become remorseful of his actions in helping keep these experiments going, as he notes that the locusts have grown at an alarming rate. In Malta, an associate of Dodgson's, Sonoya Santos, calls him to say that Maisie and Beta have been transported separately to BioSyn HQ. Owen and Claire also arrive and reunite with Barry. He brings them to a black market dinosaur ring, where animals are being sold, eaten, or forced to fight. Claire meets Kayla Watts, a pilot who flies for the vendors. She warns Claire about messing with anyone there, but eventually agrees to help Claire find Maisie. As this happens, Owen and Barry stay hidden and witness Delacourt meeting with Santos to smuggle Atrociraptors. The two confront and fight Delacourt and his men. Owen orders him to say where Maisie and Beta are, and he just gives him Santos' name before he gets eaten by dinosaurs in the fighting ring. Claire fights Santos and learns that Maisie is headed for BioSyn, and she outruns a loose dinosaur before joining Kayla. Barry arrests Santos, but not before she sicks one of her dinosaurs on Owen, who is riding a motorcycle to catch up with Claire and Kayla. He manages to board Kayla's plane just as she is getting ready to take off with Claire, and Owen uses the motorcycle to knock the dino off the ramp and into the ocean. Maisie arrives at HQ and meets Wu. He explains to her that while she is a clone of Charlotte's, she is also her actual daughter because she gave birth to her. Maisie watches video footage of Charlotte, and sees when she was pregnant with Maisie. Charlotte suffered from a genetic disease, but she managed to alter Maisie's DNA to remove all traces of the disease. Wu hopes that by studying Maisie's DNA, he can reverse the locust outbreak by altering their DNA. Alan and Ellie sneak into the containment room for the locusts to get a DNA sample, just as Maisie tries to escape with Beta. Dodgson sounds the alarm, which causes the locusts to swarm around Alan and Ellie, but they manage to get out safely. They meet Maisie, who knows who they are. She joins them as they run. They are found by Ramsey, who agrees to help them because he finds BioSyn's work to be unethical. He sends them away in a monorail to safety. Ellie tells Maisie that she knew Charlotte as a student, and says she was a brilliant and kind person. In the air, Kayla's plane is attacked by a real Quetzalcoatlus, forcing Claire to come out and fall into a tree after tearing off her parachute. Wayne and Kayla crash into a nearby ice lake. They try to cross it safely but are chased by another dinosaur. The two achieve it at just the right time and leave to transfer Claire. He comes down from the tree but has to quietly avoid a pyroraptor that is chasing him into the woods. Wayne and Kayla hide as T-Rex creates his appearance to eat, but he's trapped by the DNA of a Smurfette called Giganotosaurus, which is a much larger predator. They manage to reach Claire. Alan, Ellie, and Maisie are making their way through caverns and find dinosaurs attacking, prompting them to run until they make it outside. Meanwhile, Ian tears Dodgson a new one for his actions, and Dodgson fires him. Ian works with Ramsey to get back to Ian's friends. He helps them escape the dinosaurs by freeing them from the enclosure. Dodgson then sets fire to the Locust lab to destroy evidence. The flaming locusts break free and begin flying out into the open. Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Maisie attempt to outrun a large dinosaur in a van but are knocked down a hill. Luckily, they land near Owen, Claire, and Kayla, reuniting the former two with Maisie. Claire also gets to meet Ellie while Owen meets Alan. The group is then stalked by the Giganotosaurus, who almost gets Maisie, but she escapes. Ian fends it off by throwing a burning cloth into its mouth. While the heroes work on an escape plan, BioSyn starts to burn to the ground, forcing the employees to flee. Dodgson attempts to make off with his work, and Ramsey tells him off one last time before leaving. Dodgson attempts to get away in the monorail, but is cornered by a trio of Dilophosaurus, who make a meal out of him. Beta comes upon the heroes and is sedated so they can safely bring her along. They are also found by Wu, who has found a way to alter the locust's DNA to stop the spread. Just as the group prepares their leave, the Giganotosaurus reappears, but is then caught between the T-Rex and a Therizinosaurus. The humans flee to avoid the dino fight, and it ends when the T-Rex pushes the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus's claws. Upon returning to safety, then we see Alan and Ellie together, their love fulfilled. Wu's work is a success and stops the locust spread, and later head to Washington, D.C. to testify against BioSyn, also rules that no private company can research dinosaurs. It was then seen that the BioSyn Valley where the dinosaurs used to live has now been made a sanctuary for dinosaurs. Owen, Claire, and Maisie return home and reunite Beta with Blue. Before retreating back into the forest, Blue shares one last look with Owen. This beautiful movie ends here. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.